essays about raising children, but it's not true. We were actually targeting the topic of how to create a space of love. Because why? Why ask? I think it's very clear to everybody. I think we concluded that love is one of the things that's missing, sorely missing in our today's world. And that's perhaps why this world is in such a dire state. But we can change it. So what I would like to do is that you...
Yes, Irena, please go ahead.
That you please place your hand, both hand, on your high heart, like we've done before. And I would like to ask you to close your eyes for another little moment. And then to dive deep into your body, using your breathing. Deep into your body. With the question or the quest for the quest for love. Where in your body temple does it reside? And you just answer it to yourself deep inside, quietly. And then I would like to ask you, how you have perhaps in the past or would now create a space of love in your home, in your family, in your environment. And just allow a few moments for images to emerge from your inner space. How do you personally create a space of love in your life, in yourself, your family, your home, your environment, your community? And what kind of feelings does it bring to you? How does it make you feel? And now slowly bring yourself back to this moment and this space that we are sharing together right now. Maybe you want to open your eyes. And bring yourselves back into presence to this moment. Malvenki is gone. So I would like to ask you now. There she is, upside down. I would like to ask each of you now to share a bit of what has emerged for you, how you have in the past or would do in the future or do now, create a space of love. And who would like to go first?
Yes, Mamtaji, please go ahead.
I could visualize happy old times when we had very good time with our family, with my son and my husband, my mother-in-law. Those happy memories flashed into my mind. I wish that would come back. Thank you.
And can you remember or recall what was your contribution of creating this happy space together?
I was very caring. I was on my toes to please everyone, to look after the needs and everything. But unfortunately, things are not the same at the moment.
Well, that's what life is about. It's about change, change, change. Nothing ever remains the same, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
So I ask you again, what could you do now in order to create a new moment of love, a new space of love and happiness for yourself right now?
For myself or as a whole in the
Well, as
family?
a whole, I don't know, your family, your neighbors, your community, whoever is with you, and you like to spend time with them.
I feel maybe if everyone else, everyone in my family were happy, they were satisfied in their own lives, then things would be good. Everyone would be in light mood, full of love and affection for each other. Because when things are not easy, everyone takes out their frustration on each other, blame each other for everything.
Mm-hmm. But I'll try again to bring you back to that question.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do now to create a space of love for yourself, perhaps?
I would love to do something which gives me happiness. I'm into healing, meditations, and other things. And once I give some relief to anyone, I feel very happy.
Wonderful. Yep. And do you think it's possible for yourself to, independently of other people, of anyone around you, to create that space of love for yourself?
Sorry, can you repeat once again?
What could you do now to create that space of love just for you?
I could go ahead in my healings doing something good for others. That would give me satisfaction and happiness.
Mhm. Okay, you could. You say are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Malvenki, come up. Yep. There she is. Want to say something? You have to unmute yourself, please. Unmute.
Can you try it again? Yeah,
Yes,
now
yes,
we
yes.
can hear you. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
What brings me, first of all, I like to create, I do create an atmosphere of, contentment and happiness and help my family. Family is just my two sons, that's all. They're all grown up. So they know I'm there for them when they need me. And they really love me by doing things for me all the time. And, all I got to do is just think about it and they will come and just do things for me. And that way they create an atmosphere of love and affection for me. Okay. And in the same way, I also do the same thing for them. Whatever their needs are, I try to find out, and if I can help them, I will. And they know that the if is always there. I should be able to do it. But they know I'm there for them to talk to me anytime, right? And if they have a problem and they want to discuss, yes. If they don't want to discuss, that is okay for me, right? That is their choice. But the fact that I'm there for them creates a lot of love and affection for them. And I feel the same, that I'm giving a lot of love and affection for them. What creates love for me is doing what I really like to do. For example, it was on Sunday. Suddenly, a friend said, "Let's go for coffee this afternoon." And I've asked other people if they want to come and join. That gave me a great happiness actually inside, because it was unexpected, right? I've not been out for a long time, and it was an unexpected thing. And it gave me happiness because she thought about me. That gave me a lot of happiness, right?
Yeah.
And if I do, what really gives me happiness, it's to see children laughing. I love that. Children playing. I love that. I like to muck around with them actually, with them, you know. And, so I like to do all that. That all gives me great happiness in my heart.
Mm. It touches your own inner child, right?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I can become that, just like them. And, if there is sand pit, I can still go and play in the sand pit with them. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me whether I get my shoes full of sands or my clothes. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But that gives me, like you said, it touches the inner child. Inner child. And great happiness. That is happiness for me.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mamuchka.
Yes, 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 Irena. So it's wonderful listening to Mamtaji and Maltiji. Um, when you were asking about what is that,
How do
you know,
you create a space of love?
through compassionate listening, that is what came to me.
Mhm.
Creating a space of love is being there for each other and listening to each other in a compassionate manner. So that is what that came to me, and not only to others. When you asked about if you are alone and how would you like to treat yourself, or what makes you happy, it's again listening to my own self in a compassionate manner. So that is what came to me, without any judgments, without any ideas from outside, just listening to my own self, and as well as listening to each other without any ideas, without any mm, previous impressions. Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, let me share a bit about myself. I am living alone and I don't have much social contacts because I am relatively new to Heidelberg. And I have been traveling a lot and living in different situations. And looking back, I feel I have always projected my inner love that is there in my heart uh, onto my environment, whether it is the space that I live in. Always I create beauty somehow, because beauty for me, it's intimately connected with love, with a space of love. Beauty, because beauty it reflects a kind of harmony, a kind of order, and all these are for me mm, ingredients for a space of love. But with space, I don't mean like a physical space. And that's why I feel this comes from my heart, from my inner space. It, that is very creative by nature. And I project it to the physical spaces as well as to the relationship to people around me, as far as the harmony, the understanding can get to a place of flowing. For very long years I used to give and give and give and give, and I found myself, in the end I found myself very depleted. And then I realized, oops, I'm doing something wrong. There has to be a balance. So slowly, I'm bringing myself to that point of balance and allowing myself to um, to satisfy my own needs and uh, and for harmony and beauty and love in my own space. It can be cultivated even on a spatial level. So I love to take care of plants like you do, Malvenki.
Yes.
I love to, in the morning, first thing, I open my balcony door and I look to my plants and see how everyone's doing,
Yes.
right? And I give them water or whatever they need. And that gives me so much joy to see them thrive, to see them grow and become more and more beautiful. And I'm also looking to have my place beautiful, lovely colors, like everything is flowing. in my space. And I've lived in so many different places, and always I managed to create that kind of environment where I feel my soul can rest. But of course, what you are sharing is that the necessity or the need for us to have these loving relationships to our loved ones, to your children, your family around. Well, my family is no more existent. I'm pretty much the last one. And so I find family everywhere. You know, people that I can flow with and share my love with joy. One other thing that I love to do and to invest time in and my love into is music, to share music, to listen to music, because music is so uplifting to our spirit and soul. And in our world today, we can never have an overdose of that. So yeah. And I'm now in the process of creating a project where I magnetize my tribe, so to say, the people, like-minded and big-hearted people like me, to share their lives with me in the nature. So yeah, that's how I am how do I say, how I am attempting to bring more of that love into the world. But actually, I feel that the love is living inside my heart since eternity. That's where it lives. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. And we just have that need to share it, because that's what it's there for. Yeah.
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 And why are we talking about this? It's because, to me, reading the books, Anastasia books, love is the thread that weaves through all of them. Yeah, and there is some, I mean, she zooms in on love in many different situations and ways and stories of people. So I have found a text that I would like to read to you from book 4. If you give me a second, I will find it and read it to you. Okay? I have to open my computer for that because I have the PDF files on my computer of all the books. Book 4, Madhu. Book 4. Yeah, I don't... give it to me. I can read from the book. Thank you. What's wrong with my computer today? Open up. My computer is an old donkey. Oops. Yeah.
He says, leave me alone. I want to go to sleep.
Well, he sleeps all the time, most of the time. So I'm waking it up now. But it
Didn't
takes.
like it.
Eh?
He didn't like it.
Yes, he's coming. He's coming on. He's being kind now. Okay, here I am. So the story is on page 163, and the chapter is called The Energy of Love. So please open your heart's ears. It, the great energy of love, was sent to earth by God for his children and comes to each one day. Say, can you hear me very well?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
I don't have to shout.
Perfectly, perfectly.
Good, thank you. Sometimes, and more than once, it strives to warm man and remain with him forever. But most people are not given the opportunity to have the great divine energy remain with them. Imagine a man and a woman meet one day in the radiance of beautiful love. They strive to join their lives forever. They believe their union will be solid, bound on paper and through ritual in front of many witnesses. But they hope in vain. Only a few days pass, and the energy of love abandons them. It's like this for almost everyone. So this is a conversation now between Anastasia and Vladimir. And Vladimir says, yes, you are right, Anastasia. An enormous number of people divorce, 70%. And those who don't divorce sometimes live like cat and dog or become indifferent to each other. Everyone knows this. But why does this occur so widely? No one understands. You say the energy of love abandons them, but why? Is it as if it were taunting everyone to play some kind of game? Love does not taunt anyone or play games. It strives to live eternally with everyone. But man chooses his way of life himself. And that way of life frightens the energy of love. Love can never give inspiration to destruction. It does not befit the fruit of love to live in agony when two people begin to build a life together, when they strive to settle in a little apartment more like a lifeless stone crypt, when each has his own work and interest, his own circle, with no common causes for the future, no joint aspiration. Their bodies merely enjoy their pleasure in order to give the world their child, to tear to pieces, a world of no pure water, of criminals, wars, and disease. The energy of love moves away from this. So she's describing the state of affairs in our today's world, right? So Vladimir says, but what if the couple has a lot of money? Or if their parents give the newlyweds not a small apartment, but a 6-room one in a building with modern new layout, a doorman, a good car, and a lot of money in the newlyweds' bank account. Would the energy of love agree to live in those conditions? Could he and she live to old age in love? They would have to live to old age in fear, without freedom or love, and watch everything around them age and rot. So what does this rather fastidious energy of love need? Love is neither fastidious nor obstinate. It strives for divine creation. It can warm for eternity those who agree to create a dimension of love with it. Does the project you are drawing have a dimension of love somewhere? Yes. Where is it? In everything. At first, it is born for the two of them, and then for their children. The children will have a connection with the entire universe across 3 planes of being. Imagine, Vladimir, he and she will begin in love to carry out the project we are drawing, planting their own trees, grass, and garden, and rejoicing as their creations bloom in spring. Love will live between them, in their hearts, and around them for eternity. Each will present the other with a spring flower, recalling how they planted a tree that has blossomed together. The taste of raspberry will remind them of the taste of love. He and she will touch each other in love with a raspberry branch. Beautiful fruits will ripen in their shady garden, but the two planted the garden together, and they planted the garden in love. She laughed ringingly when he sweated, digging a hole, and she snatched up the drops from his brow and kissed his hot lips. Often it happens in life that only one loves, the other only allows him or her to be near. As soon as they begin to make their garden, the energy of love is shared and never abandons the two. After all, their way of life will correspond to the one in which they themselves can live in love and go on to pass the dimension of love to their children. They can raise children in their image and likeness together with God. So I really think, it reflects about all the aspects we were talking about. And yeah, all the problems of the world can be resolved in gardening, in creating gardens. So,
Yeah.
what happened to Malyanki?
I think, yeah, it got disconnected to her.
Okay, yeah, right. All right. So, with this said, of course, there are many more chapters in these books that speak of love and how to create it and how to make it stay, how to cultivate it. So, and I don't think it is limited to creating a family, because me, I think I'm out of the age of creating family by now. But yeah, I can have other ideas of how to create love in my life and in the lives of other people. Because first of all, I have to bring it to myself, right? If I don't have love in me, and that can happen in our world, how will I bring it out to other people? So yes, and I feel that this is something that a lot of us women have that tendency to be always in service to others, which gives us joy. But at times we tend to forget that we too need to tend to our own self, right? I mean, why do we meditate?
Yeah, true.
Because that is the connection we have to our own self. That's how we get to know ourselves. That's how we cultivate our better aspects, our good, our positive feelings, and our self self-love and self-honoring and self-respect more and more. Of course, it's very different for people who've grown up in India like you, or people who've grown up in Europe like me. I think there is a vast difference. And that's why we can really learn from each other.
Balance.
And yeah, the balance is something everyone have to find for themselves inside. But I think from contrasting experiences, we can all benefit together,
Yeah.
But I don't want to start another big topic here now.
Okay.
What I would like to let you know is that I remembered a beautiful story about a little girl. She was an orphan girl, and she was gifted a piece of land for herself. And I want to, next Thursday, I want to go into that story because it's just so beautiful. How it made her evolve in such a beautiful way. Okay.
Okay.
So next time we will hear about the life of Sonia.
Life of Sonia.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. So here is to love. Cheers to love forever and ever.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking forward to the next story on next Thursday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
It was by chance I just logged in. In fact, I was working for office.
Ah,
Then I
okay.
stopped attending. It was nice, very nice. Thank you so much.
I'm happy you enjoyed it. And yeah, continue. And please bring some other sisters along if you
Sure,
have
sure.
who are interested. Where are you located?
I'm in India, Noida, New Delhi.
New Delhi.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a very hot place, no?
Yeah, pretty hot.
Okay. All right. So take good care of yourself, everyone. And thank you for coming on. And yeah, see you next week.
Thank you,
so
Irena.
much.
See you
Sure.
next week.
Namaste.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Namaste. Bye.
Blessings.
Bye-bye, Mamtaji. Namaste.
Yes.